I guarantee you I'm going to catch something on this. I can't wait. Spring can't come fast enough. But welcome to Glory Bound Outdoors. Man, I've got an episode here that I'm really stoked about. We've got a lot of exciting things to talk about. Man, it's, as you know, here in Oklahoma and Texas, we have just been bombarded with gobs and gobs of snow and temperatures down 12 degrees below zero. We're not used to that, and we're not prepared for it. But God's been good, and the heat's been on, and we're just waiting for this stuff to melt. And man, 3 4 weeks from now, the bass are going to start getting ready to transition up to spawn, and I'm pumped about it. But anyway, I got a few new toys today. Man, I'm really wanting to film an episode doing just old school stuff. I've recently come across some old fishing supplies. Some of it I've bought, some of it I've gotten from my dad. But I just want to show you a few things here. First off, I found this really cool Hedon reel. I found it in an antique store, and it works absolutely perfect. So and it makes the coolest sound when it's working. It's just awesome. I just love it. You know, they made things back then to actually work forever. So very easy to work on, very easy to maintenance, and I put the word out. I was looking for a classic rod to use it with, and man, a guy online said, "Hey, I got a perfect rod for that." And believe it or not, I don't know if you can see this or not. Oh, sorry. This is an old Kmart special. How cool is that? You know, our kids won't even know what Kmart is pretty soon. Kmart's a dying store. It may have already died. I don't know, but uh, used to we'd get all of our camping and fishing and hunting supplies from Kmart's and Gibsons and anyway, this is a cool two-piece fiberglass rod. It's real whippy, so I'm not sure about the action on it, but it doesn't matter. But I'm going to, I'm sure this will cast great. I put some 8 pound mono on it, just cheapo mono. I'm going to throw out probably some live bait or some worms. I've got a real tiny hook on it, so I can make sure I catch something on it right away. I want to make sure that even if it's just panfish, I want to catch something on that. But anyway, that's a cool old rod right there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but anyway, and then not long after I got that, I was out working on my mom's house, making sure everything's good there. She's been in and out of the hospital and having some health issues, and so I've been taking care of her house a little bit and her bills, and I went over there and just to check things out, and I went in the shop and thought, hey, I'm gonna look and see what Dad's got back in the shop. My dad passed away about 6 years ago. Well, yeah, almost 7 years ago now. So, but anyway, he had a bunch of old fishing stuff in there, and I thought, hey, let's see what we've got here. And I found this cool deal. Now, I just couldn't believe that this old reel works like a charm. But what's neat about these old reels is they don't have a release. What you do is you just put something heavy on there, and you adjust the drags here on both sides, and you just literally throw it out. And I've watched some guys online fish with these, and they don't bird nest them or anything. So I don't know. And this has got a real old Zebco reel. I mean a rod, and I thought it was cool, man. The shape of it's neat, and old cork handle. This is an old Fluger rod or reel, by the way. Man, it took forever to reel it in. Man, it's real slow. But anyway, so what I'm going to do with this one is I've got a little you know, a little finesse hook on it, and I'm gonna throw it out there, and had to use a lot of weight to cast it out where I want to get it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cast it out there, and I'm gonna fish it like a drop shot. I'll put a little finesse worm on there or something, and I guarantee you I'm gonna catch something on this. I can't wait. Spring can't come fast enough. But anyway, let's look at something else. What we had in here, I want to try to use, you know, old lures and stuff with these rod and reels. My dad had, yeah, he's got some that are worth some money over there, and I didn't want to use those, but he had some over there that I'm sure are not worth anything. But uh, and I've got to replace all the hooks on them. But these are some real cool looking old lures. You know, some crankbaits. Check that dude out. I bet, and that spoon is actually cut out. So I expect that thing to really dive and really give a lot of action. I thought these were cool. Uh, this is a Tennessee shad. Not sure who makes it, but it's a balsa wood lure. But of course, like I say, I'm gonna have to replace all the hooks on these dudes. But I just thought the profile on that one was very, you know, very cool. And then I got to looking, well, you know, we got another one just like it, but it's a different color. So, but oddly, this one doesn't have any markings on it. I just now realized that. They look identical, but this one doesn't have the Tennessee shad markings on it. So, but anyway, I'm gonna use those dudes. And we have some old Bomber flare hair jigs. And look here, this one comes with a little worm trailer of some kind, but it's brand spanking new from Gibson's, $1.97. There's no telling how old that is, because Wichita Falls, the Gibsons in Wichita Falls closed a long time ago. But here's a lot heavier jig. You know, price has gone on in. I can't really see what it is, but that's a 3/4 ounce hair jig. But anyway, I'm going to use that, and this is real cool. And honestly, the hooks look pretty good on this. Looks like and are super sharp. I'm not sure if he used it all that much, but this is a hidden chugger spook. And of course, people have been using spooks for years to catch bass with, but I thought this one really was cool. I know, man, as soon as I can find some topwater action going, I'm going to use that dude, catch the fish with that. But anyway, this is, that's the end of the fishing stuff. Oh, by the way, how you like my shirt? Isn't that cool? My son Ethan and his girlfriend got that for me for Christmas, but I'm an x-ray tech, and I deal with broken bones all day and cut casts and x-ray through casts. So I thought, hey, that's, you know, that works pretty good for me. But anyway, second thing I want to get to is some new hunting toys. Now, you know, you've seen from my episodes, I do hunt with a compound, but I'll also hunt with a recurve. I've been hunting with a recurve for years. I've just never been real consistent with it. Never felt real confident. Now, I have killed deer with it, but I just don't feel like I was up to par under those real extreme conditions where I have a really nice buck standing out in front of me. I just can't. I can't do it. But I'm shooting instinctive, and anybody knows what instinctive is you're looking at the pitcher's mitt and you're just throwing the ball to the pitcher's mitt. You're not paying attention to anything else in the world. Well, some guys are really good at that, and I'm just not. I wish I was. But so I'm going to an aiming style method, and it's called a fixed crawl. And a fixed crawl requires that you hold the bow for a little bit longer than you normally would shooting instinctive. But let me show you here. This is a Damon Howitt recurve, It's about 62 pounds at my draw length, and it's just pretty stout. Now, my dad bought me this bow. It was the very first bow I've ever had, and I'll never sell this bow. And I plan on hunting with it once I get my shooting down and feel more confident. I will hunt again with this bow. But man, what a great bow it is. Man, it's smooth, it's fast. Damon Howitt, they're sold by Martin, but it's Damon Howitt. They make some great bows. Good friend of mine, Forrest Jones, made this string for me. I'm ashamed to say a long time ago, but it has been fantastic. This string has never stretched. I keep it waxed up, and I've had it a long time. I made these puffs myself, but anyway, so I wanted to get a bow that's a little bit lighter than this, so I can really work on my form and try this new style, a fixed crawl style of shooting, which means you're actually using the tip of the arrow to aim where you're wanting to shoot, and you're coming down the string a little bit, and so you're bringing the arrow closer to your eye, and you're using the tip of the arrow to aim at your target. And you can have a regular crawl where or string walk, where you're walking up and down the string to get your hold or your point on. But I don't want to mess with all that. That's great for 3D shooting or whatever, target shooting, and those guys are super accurate with it. But I'm going with a fixed crawl where you come down here and you put you another knock on here, and you find that dead on. And I'm going to put mine dead on at 20. And what that does is that flattens the curve as well, because an arrow rises and then it comes down and settles down, as it loses velocity. But this is going to tilt the curve to where I'm shooting flatter out to 20 yards, and I can just use that 20 yards to aim the tip. If I need to compensate, let's say the deer's at 25 yards, I can just raise that just a little bit, put it on its back or whatever, put it right in the bread basket. But anyway, there's a video on it if you want to watch a killer video on the fixed crawl or string walking or anything. It's called The Push, and you can find it on YouTube. And it's kind of a long video, but if you've ever wanted to try to get into instinctive or traditional archery, man, it's a great video. It tells you all about the bow, the setups, what you need to be doing. It's just great. But anyway, so I had to get a new bow. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't want to spend a lot of money, so I did my research and found these black hunter bows on eBay, and everybody's shooting these black hunters. They're incredible, super cheap. You can get this bow brand spanking new. I think I paid $109 for it. I mean, I think everybody could probably afford a little over $100. You save your money up, but it is a real short riser on this bow. This bow is pretty short. It's only 58 inches, but they're supposed to be super smooth. I haven't had a chance to shoot this one yet, but they're supposed to be super smooth. And I can tell you right now, the bow looks fantastic. I love the radius on the rest, and there's even a radius on the riser, strike plate here. So you've got very little contact on the arrow, which is very important. But I went ahead and put a custom string on. I've heard the strings are not very good from the factory, so this is a triple T or a 3T. I'm not sure. It's TTT strings. You can find them on Facebook and order these strings. It's a fast flight, and I love the design of this one, and I got the black and white and gray, just because Strapper is one of my favorite bands of all time, and I like yellow and black, so I thought, hey, I'm gonna do that. and I'm going to run some yellow feathers on my arrows. But man, I'm super excited about this bow. Just got to get it set up. Um, you can replace the limbs on this bow if you decide that, hey, I want to go a little bit heavier. I want to go a little lighter, or even if you wanted to put you can turn this into a longbow. You can just change out the limbs, and the limbs aren't very expensive either. So, man, you could have 2 or 3 different bows out of this one riser. So that's super cool. Now, what I did is I went with a 45-pound bow on this, and some of you guys that are compound shooters, you'd say, well, 45 pounds is nothing, but I'm gonna tell you, gobs and gobs and gobs of deer are killed with 45-pound recurves and longbows every year. You put you a decent heavy arrow on this with a good cut on contact broadhead, and this thing will do the work all day. But if you are going to get into archery, traditional archery, don't go too heavy. Man, I'm gonna tell you what. I shoot a 70-pound compound, been shooting them my whole life, but a 55, 60-pound recurve, trying to hold it and actually aim it and shoot, it'll wear you plumb out. And you may be able to shoot it, but your form won't be good. And you really need to be able to shoot a bow like this. Your form has to be great. You want to make sure you're squeezing your back muscles. You got a nice pull through, all that snap shooting stuff. I've never been any good at that snap shooting, and that's the problem. So, man, if you ever want to try it, go get it. It's a Black Hunter. It's sold under, man, probably 3 or 4 different names or different companies. You can find them on eBay. You can find them on Amazon. You can find them anywhere. But as long as it's that Black Hunter, and a lot of them will say Black Hunter and white right here, which I'm glad mine didn't, because I don't care for that. But it's a Black Hunter bow, and man, you got to try it out. I'm gonna film an episode on this. Once I get my arrows and stuff, I'm gonna do some shooting, and I'm gonna do a little review on this bow. Anyway, so and of course I was shooting I've been shooting a 3-finger tab or a 3-finger glove for many years, and I still might. I don't know, but with this new style of shooting I'm gonna do, I'm gonna shoot with a tab, and of course this is a Fred Eichler tab, the Cordova tab, and that way I feel like I can anchor a little better. I'm actually going to anchor with my pointer finger this time, and try that out. Got the traditional bear hair rest I'm going to put on that bow there. I've got a lot of stuff. Archery's, there's a lot to it, but hunting with a gun's okay. But man, I've been hunting with a bow for, man, pretty close to 25 years, and I've taken several nice bucks and audads and badgers and coyotes on the ground and hogs and you name it. Just love to bow hunt. But anyway, guys, I want to get to a little bit more serious subject here with today's political stuff going on, and with social media, and it seems like everybody's angry, and everybody's putting each other down on social media, and it just seems like tempers are flaring a lot, and it's just ridiculous to me. I don't, that's not what God intended, and Psalm 34:13-14 says, keep your tongue from evil and your lips from telling lies. Turn from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. And those are great words, man. I mean, we ought to be living by that. Jesus said that we need to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. And I feel that if, we would just take those words and live by those words, I think that this world would be a whole lot better place. But anyway, that's going to be my episode today. Thank you guys so much, man. We're creeping up on 100 100 subscribers, which, is crazy to me. I honestly didn't start this thing for subscribers. I honestly started this thing for to leave something for my children, and to just I hunt and fish a lot by myself, and having the camera there, it just helps me. I feel like I've got a fishing partner or a hunting partner, so it's just kind of cool. It's just something cool to do, and those will be on or on YouTube for many years to come, and hopefully my children and grandchildren could enjoy those. But anyway, thanks for all your support. Thank you for the subscribing. Hang on, spring is coming. I promise I'm going to be putting out some more videos, and I've got my Bass Raider just about done. I got a new casting deck on it, modification that I did, and I've got the motor ready and the trailer ready. Man, I'm just waiting for some decent weather, but we're going to get out on that little Bass Raider this year, this spring, and hopefully I'm gonna have some great videos for you. So anyway, thank you so much again. God bless, and we'll see you next time on Glory Bound Outdoors.